So Pac-Man 99 has bit the dust. This game is no more. It has ceased to be. It's gone and met its maker. It's a late game. It's stiff. It's bereft of life. It rests in peace. If you hadn't nailed it to the perch, it'd be pushing up the daisies. It's run down the curtain and joined the choir invisible. This is an X game.
Oh, well, I better replace it then.
I knew the day would come, I just didn't think it would come as soon as it did. An even bigger surprise was the announcement of Megatunnel Battle's revival immediately after. This led to some speculating that as the reason for 99's closure. What do I think? I'll talk about that near the end. Makes this video from 2 years ago look funny in retrospect. Hindsight is 2021, I suppose. Because, that's the year the video came out. Anyways, actually, thinking about it now, 99 came out during a more uplifting time in my life. Then 2 years later, I'm at a point of uncertainty and turbulence, having certain regrets plague my mind, and during that time, they take away Pac-Man 99. What could that mean? Probably nothing, I'm just being dramatic. Well, before 99 got that lethal injection, I gave it another go-around one more time. So that begs the question, do my opinions remain the same, or have they faltered since? Well, I got one goddamn grievance to bring up with 99, and it's regarding the offline content. Previously, I had praised the game for having it since it ensured that the game could still be played after the online modes were shut down. And yeah, I still retain that praise. It's great that they were there. That said, while it was evident that content would also get delisted, my dumbass was pretty oblivious to the fact that that stuff was getting pulled 2 months before. I guess I didn't read that part of the Daily Pack tweet, so massive L on my part, I guess. It's something I've gotten over, but on the last 2 days of 99 when I went to try and download the DLCs and didn't see them there, it hit me like a fucking train. And while I was recovering from a depressive phase too. Granted, it didn't push me back into said phase, but the realization made me upset for that day. Keep in mind, I have this innate desire to archive media as much as I can. I went out of my way to obtain OKKO, Let's Play Heroes, and the Steam version of Miss Pac-Man and the likely chance of them getting delisted. I bought a good amount of games on the 3DS and Wii U eShops before they closed down. Whoa! Really, man? You know you could've, hacked those systems and got them for free, right? Yes, you're right. And I intendo do that to access more of the library. But I just wanted to relive part of my late childhood before it went— Wow! You sound like a soy boy cuck! I bet you have some defect in that little fucking brain of yours! How about you get yourself fixed, you little fucking weasel? You're a fucking hey! That's cool and all, but you should look behind you. Why the fuck should I do that? You little— Well, thanks, Munson. But yeah, it's all on me that I missed the chance to nab the offline modes while they were there. But that doesn't mean I can't criticize the way they handled that. Simply put, would it have been that hard to have kept the offline content purchasable after the online mode was shut down? At the very least, they could have kept it available to purchase until the very end of the online mode service. I don't know! It just sucks! This is where I have to give praise to Capcom for how they handled Mega Man X Dive. Now, aside from that game being the one to introduce the absolute cutie Rico, X Dive doesn't exactly look all that worthwhile, with its only real selling point being its fan service. Well, both kinds of fan service, mind you. Yet despite that, the fact that Capcom went through the effort of making an offline version of it to preserve it, so it never becomes lost media, is incredibly based. I think Bandai Namco could take some notes. Well, minus the price, because holy shit! Okay, I should probably make some acknowledgement that there's a good chance that Bandai Namco themselves didn't have any say in the matter, and that it was Nintendo calling the shots on shutting the game down. But in that case, I think Nintendo should have done a better job handling the way this game was shut down, and just overall a better job preserving this shit, you know? That's just what I think. Enough jerking around. Did Pac-Man 99 ever hold up, and was it ever any good? Well, to answer the question, it's complicated. So it's been a couple hours, you know, it's almost 2 a.m., and I've been playing Pac-Man 99, and see, the last round I made up to rank 7, this current playthrough, whatnot, I managed to make it. Fuck off! I managed to make it all up to like rank 2, the highest rank, and so yeah, basically that's the farthest I've gotten on this final session of playing it before it's gone, you know. Did I have fun? Am I having fun? Well, on one hand, I'd say yeah. On the other hand, I'd say no! No! Oh boy! So, it's a game with a lot going for it with many interesting mechanics. The ghost train was brought back and they managed to find something interesting to do with it that wasn't completely obnoxious. So it had something over Championship Edition too. For the most part, it's your main means of combating the other players. This is effectively the core component to Pac-Man 99, alongside survival. And with that, you have the additional component to this formula, the power system, in which you can switch on the fly. But they only activate upon getting a power pellet, which the game never informed you on. Standard is what you would expect, balancing speed, the amount of pack jammers you send, more on the pack jammers later, and there's little to no setbacks. Train builds up your ghost train faster, but the setback is being that the amount of pack jammers you receive doubles. Though whether or not that actually matters will be discussed later. Let's just say it's kind of bullshit. Strong doubles the amount of pack jammers you send, but decreases your speed. Then that leads us to speed, the last and debatably most important power mode. Now, you're required to eat a certain amount of pack dots in order to activate bonus fruit, which resets the maze, but eating all of them upgrades your speed by 1 level. A pretty neat risk versus reward element if you ask me. Speed is self-explanatory. You go fast. The downside is having less pack jammer output. Supposedly. Ah yes, the pack jammers. Haven't mentioned them yet. The white pack jammers are demons that drag you down while you try to escape judgment, hell-bent on holding you down as the Reaper inches closer and closer to you, getting ready to gut you and drag you into hell with you trying to desperately break free and attempt to delay the inevitable. The red pack jammers are an insta-kill. Power pellets kill white jammers and stun red jammers, with bonus fruits killing red jammers. There's also a parry that could be pulled off if you pull a tight turn while crossing an enemy. It's certainly something that could have been mastered, but I've only been able to pull it off accidentally, so make of that as you will. So yeah, talk about a loaded fucking explanation. This game adds quite a bit, and the results certainly vary. 1 point of praise still remains. This game gave a lot of different approaches with its mechanics, and as such, there's a variety of strategies that could have been utilized. Going on the offense with strength and train, or you could emphasize the speed and dodge everything to your best ability. You could focus on getting high ghost train combos, even going as far as mixing train and speed, maybe even utilizing all the power sets equally to their max usage. And in general, there's a fun nature to the mechanics. I really enjoy building up Pac-Man's speed. It really applied a decision-making element to 99, as you have to decide as to whether or not it's worth it to clear a maze, or focus on going on to more rounds. What you get for clearing mazes feels rewarding because it's simply fun to speed around a maze, and it makes the gameplay feel really hectic. I also found the ghost trains to be very fun in this game, easily the most fun they were since CDX. 99 incorporates combos into the ghost munching, which I think was a great way to add on to the ghost train mechanic, especially since there's a certain challenge to keeping it high. Your combo resets the moment your power pellet mode reaches the end of its timer, and you maintain it by eating another power pellet before the PP timer goes out. In that case, you're always going to want the power pellets in your maze, to which you're always going to want to grab bonus fruits to regenerate the power pellets, to which you'll want to munch enough pack dots to regenerate the bonus fruit, thus making for an engaging system around building up and maintaining your combo, and it all pays off in the end with higher combos allowing you to send out more pack jammers. Supposedly! So yeah, this game has some really fun systems to play around with, and they all play into the strategy element very nicely. If you're playing for fun or to see how long you can survive, I'd say it was a decent game. But if you were playing to win? Yeah, that's a different fucking story altogether. You see, all these positives I went into, such as the strategy or the risk versus reward mechanics, yeah, they all mean next to nothing in the wake of one particular issue. Random fucking bullshit. This leads us to the pack jammers. How you feel about them will determine how you feel about the game. Let's just say my last session with this game was kind of miserable. At best, they can be an exhilarating challenge, but at worst, they are a nuisance. The worst fucking kind of nuisance. As you can straight up be bombarded. You'll get a bunch of the white ones leeching on your ass, and a bunch of the red ones blocking your path. The way the pack jammers were implemented counteracts with the way Pac-Man is designed, since with the original, there was a clear focus on balancing out the level design and ghosts, in a way that avoiding failure is manageable as long as you're skilled enough. As such, it's implored and basically required that certain design choices be avoided, like dead ends, and the number of ghosts are usually kept at 4. With games where there is more than just 4 ghosts, or other types of hazards, you're given things to counteract that, like a jumping mechanic or a power-up. 99 doesn't really give you much to counteract. The most you have is a parry that really isn't feasible to attempt pulling off. The pack jammer placements can go from reasonable to outright spam heavy, and it can happen very early on in a match. I always thought the spawn rate had to do with what power mode you were using, but no matter what I was using, I seemingly always got swarmed. This is a system with a fuck ton of RNG injected into its core. You can say I have a skill issue all you want, but I really have to ask, what skill? It's based around luck, if anything. This game wasn't based around any sort of skill as much as it was based around digging you down until you decided you had enough and went on to play a better game. As I said before, the different systems the game gave you to play around with are cool. But to quote Linkin Park, in the end, it doesn't even matter. All the different strategies created by these systems may as well be thrown right out the window, because they will only ever serve to fail under the weight of the game's RNG. There only lies one sustainable strategy. Simply camping around the power pellets was your only viable option. Waiting and baiting. It certainly is a way to play, not a particularly fun way either. This is a game in which dominant strategy is not only the preferred way to play, it was practically the required way to play. In the old video, I made a joke about how this is a strategy used by pussies, which doubled as a self-deprecating jab, but it really was what you wanted to do to get ahead at all. But even then, you were still reliant on luck. It's really interesting how this one aspect of the game simply derails everything. So to answer the question made by the search engine optimized title of the video, was it ever any good? It's complicated. Which is what I stated before, I'm aware, but it's really the best way to describe the game. Since I last talked about it in 2021, there have been some other reviews criticizing the same things I mentioned here, and before replaying it this year, I was honestly skeptical of the criticisms regarding the game, but after playing it for the last time, I'm certainly less tolerant to the game's bullshit. Honestly, I think I was pretty aware of this game's issues when I was playing it during its heyday, because I remember how even then I was frustrated during the moments where I got fucked over by a red pack jammer in an obtuse as hell way. But I seemingly turned a blind eye to a lot of it, and I think that's because I saw something in it back then. And, well, hell, I still kind of did till the bitter end, because the game feel was great, and I enjoyed the hectic nature of it all. And as I've gone over before, I find the mechanics, aside from the pack jammers, to be really neat. Maybe my overall mood regarding the game would be a bit more different if I was able to play the offline content, but as I've established, I can't do that because I'm stupid. I thought about having a guest in this video talk about the DLC since I know a few people that do, but I decided not to because what point would there be at this moment? Especially since I already did that last time I talked about the game. But as is, it certainly is, or was, the contender for Pac-Man game of all time, among the likes of Arrangement 05 and Ghostly Adventures. Not one of the best, nor one of the worst. Just the.
I'm exaggerating. It's a fine game. It's a decent game. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it.
It's honestly kind of depressing to shit on this game, especially after it can no longer be played again. Simply put, I fondly remember playing it in its heyday, but I guess that was its fate. Because, at the end of the day, Pac-Man 99 was a fad game. It was made in response to the hype of Tetris 99 and Mario 35. It tried to apply the 99 concept into Pac-Man, but its execution was shoddy. While it had notoriety at first, it wasn't hard to notice how it kind of fell off. There were attempts to rejuvenate interest back into it, but as you can tell, that didn't work out. With Megatenno Battle Chomp Champs having been announced right after 99's shut down, there was notice of the timing with all this, which had led people to make these conspiracies that Chomp Champs is what killed 99. But if I'm being honest, that's a stupid theory. The two games don't even function alike. Yeah, I did a video comparing them, but that was about their strategy in depth. They play differently enough to where one existing won't cancel out the other. I stand by the idea that 99 was shut down because they couldn't afford to keep it running with how much it had fallen off since its peak. But yeah, Pac-Man 99, it certainly was a mixed bag. But as always, no matter what you or I think, no game deserves to become lost. But that happens with these types of games anyway. And, you know, I'm really sick of these mobile and live service Pac-Man games that just exist only to die out and add on to the already big graveyard of mediocrity. These Pac-Man live service games. I want to say something about these, but that will have to wait for next time. And with that, this has not just been the third video of Season 4, but also the first video of 2024. With that said, I want to go for a great note this year. 2023 as a whole was, in many ways, a mixed bag of a year. Said mixed bag may or may not have affected video output. Many of you Ancient Newman fans know that last year wasn't exactly productive or active. Although the videos I did release were some of the best I've made so far in my YT career, so that makes up for it mostly. But this year, I aim to go higher and have the best and most productive year yet. Trust me, I have some great stuff planned. Some of it I've mentioned in the past. I also have other high hopes, but that's neither here nor there. For now, I'm gonna pack it up, and until next time, I will see you all later.
Well, it happened. It's happened. How unfortunate. Well, it was nice while it lasted. Farewell, Pac-Man 99. Farewell. Oh.